couple of things. First of all, I love the literature that I just heard this morning. I've done both those pieces. I've met Moses Hogan. He was an incredible man, and I say was because he left us far too soon and is not with us anymore. But what an amazing talent and mind and creative genius to reinvent, re-articulate some of the Negro spirituals that brought them to a new generation, and yet they still are exactly what they're supposed to be. But he just gave them new life. It was amazing what he did. I love that piece. And I just did, and I've conducted all of these too. The piece Mariah and I just sang this a few weeks ago in a concert with a big choir, and a different arrangement, but I love this piece as well. Beautiful, beautiful literature. So as I'm thinking, my first responses that I'm listening to is beautiful tone, engaged voices for sure, fairly good posture as I maybe they're tuned to it right now, because I'm always having to remind my choirs about posture. All my choirs, all the time. And I'm finding that it's not because they don't want to, it's not because they don't mean to, it's because they forget. They get focused on the notes and stuff, and whenever I say ribs up, I see through the entire room just, and so it's just that's maybe your and my job, just to remind them. And then it's our job to have good posture for our breathing apparatus. The thing that I probably noticed the most, though, is I'm just thinking, how many sopranos are there? Yeah, it's all of you, exactly. How many altos are there? Right, and we could count up, and I'm just guessing 12 or 14 or whatever. How many tenors are there? 5. How many basses are there? 6. So there's balance issues. That's the challenge. And so what I heard lovely sopranos, beautiful tone. I wouldn't want to change a thing except to have you sing softer or to recruit more tenors or basses, because it's like I like a lot of sauce on my salad. So I would like a lot of soprano sound, but it's too. My wife says it's too much. It's like frosting from Costco cakes. It's a really thick frosting. You got to scrape it off. This is too much. You get cavities. You go right for diabetes. So I would. You guys have diabetes? Really? Man, it runs in my family too. So I'm just waiting for the day because my brother has it, my sister has it, my friend has it. So all of that to say, basses and tenors, you've got to sing out all you can with beautiful tone. And you have to be the person that's really listening and thinking, okay, not any louder, and we have to adjust. Because if not, you kind of hear the guys, and then you really hear the gals pretty well. Sopranos easily hear you. Altos hear you, love your tone, love the guy's tone, just the balance isn't quite where it needs to be, so we get lost a little bit there. The other thing I would say is that you heard me say earlier that your voices are completely engaged. Your face is not so much. I couldn't have really known if the sound was turned off. I wouldn't have known if it was a sad song or a happy song. And of course, I'm really polarizing those two options. But the first song, I'm gonna sing with the spirit, booze. Do you feel my energy there? Yeah, I mean, I could have just done it. I'm gonna sing in the spirit. That's a different kind of energy. And when we sing, when we perform, you've got to do it. We are performers. You can't sort of be singers. So you got to be performers. You got to be actors and actresses. And the other piece, I'm thinking, as I went down in the river to pray, what face would be there? I'm not thinking that's a sad song unless you can't swim. I'm a fearful song. I don't know. But that's a meaningful song. What's the name of your school again?
Forest Lake Christian School.
Forest Lake Christian School. So you come from a Christian perspective, a Christian background. I remember when I lived in this little town in Oregon, and we actually had baptisms at a river. We didn't have a baptistry, and or someone had a hot tub. It was before all those days. So we were at the river, and I remember what a meaningful experience that was for me and my family, and those of us in our faith community as we were gathered at the river. We went there. So I'm thinking that would be I was excited as I was 11 years old, and I was going to be baptized and follow Christ and make a public proclamation. So that's whatever that look would be. I wouldn't want to prescribe that. So could we start with that piece, Down in the River to Pray? Love this piece so much. Here's a thought, and again, everything I'm going to say to him is just another idea, because I love what I just heard. And so how many roads are there to Rome?
All of them.
Exactly. And so these are just ideas to try it another way. Say, no, I like my way better. They're not prescriptions in any way. I liked what I saw, and I'm not sure, in terms of the heads down, I'm not sure how that would read in a larger place. So I was thinking if I was on risers with my choir, I might have them not just with their heads down, I might have them actually turn.
That's where we started.
So you've tried this already?
Well, no, we started there, and we moved to heads down because I felt like we were doing it chaotically. We weren't synchronized when we were doing it. We didn't get. I have two choirs here as well, so we don't always get to work together to dial that in. Yeah. So that's why we did it. But we started there, and we may do that or something similar at our concert.
There's some ways, and I won't take your time. There's some ways to figure out exactly who turns when on what beat, so that you can synchronize it. Because I think that would.
We can try it. I mean, we did it, and you guys remember where we turned?
Yeah.
On what?
Down
in the river, and as soon as pray is happening, the next group is turning. Or you had to be turned by the time pray happened.
You had 4 counts.
Down in the river to 1, 2, 3.
4, 1.
And then you're all good. Yeah, I won't take the time to work that, but I think would be visually. And here's just a common thing that I discovered 20 years ago. Honestly, and again, I'm serious about music. I'm serious about singing. I'm just so jazzed up that you guys are here singing today, because it's the best thing in life. You are going to be better people. You're going to be better scientists, better historians, better moms, better dads, better husbands, better wives, better everything if you keep singing. Because singing, God uses singing to make us better. He commands us to sing. Sing to the Lord. Doesn't qualify it in any way. So, where's that going with that? Mariah, any idea where I was going with that?
Sorry.
Anyway, it was something that I thought was important. I must not. Yeah, just that would be more visually.
Okay.
I think anyway. Let's try this though. Down in the river to pray. And sopranos, what I want you to be doing is listening for basses and tenors, okay, and altos, but especially the men. And if you can't hear them, sing softer until you can hear them. That sort of, and basses and tenors, sing out with your most beautiful tone. And that might mean that if it's a mezzo piano for the choir, that might mean for this choir, piano, mezzo forte, to get a balance.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's try from the top. You know what? Let's not turn around, and let's not. You don't need to put your heads down yet. When you come in on down, really give it to me. And that's a low E. I have maybe 1 or 2 men in my choir that could do it. So I would have all of the other men sing it up the octave.
Okay.
I would that's what I would do, just to join the tenors.
So if you can't hit the low E, as I went down, just go up instead of down.
Yeah.
As I went up.
For 15. The other thing I would do is that because of again, limited resources, I would really think when it's 3-part, who's on top, who's in the middle, and I would divide it evenly. That's what I would do. Here we go. Sopranos, okay. As I went, and basses and tenors. Let me hear you on that now. 1, 2. As I went down in the river to pray. And are you guys not in that?
Guys, come in on the first one. So let's do it from the third line. So let's go. Fathers, where you're all in.
You know what? Can we not? Because I didn't look at the music.
Oh, okay.
So here's the first time you guys do it just like guys, I am such a stickler for hands at your side. When I'm adjudicating and I see choirs that sound like this or this, they always get marked down.
I've told you guys that.
Yeah, I gotta get a glass. Here we go, sopranos. And I might take it just slightly faster. About 1, 2, 3. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old
I'm sorry. It's kind of a mixed entry. We have soprano 2s and alto 1s coming in on
Great,
that.
Great. I'll keep going, and whoever sings next, sing next. Sopranos that were just singing, and altos or people that joined. I want you to really think, as I went down the river to pray. What I really want you to think about is don't sing it the way you would speak it. And whoever jumps in here now, two, as I went down studying about that good old way, and two, and
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, let's go down, come on.
good. We're going to do that one more time from that same spot where the two parts come in. Can I have you stand in this slot right there? And can you move over just a hair so I can get him in the slot? Yeah. I'm gonna ask you just to move over. You guys are gonna share this spot so I can have you move that. Perfect. So basses, I'm hearing the tenors really well. They're here right in front. You're not that far behind, so I want to hear more basses when you come in. Here we go, right there, one more time. As I went down, and two, whatever you got.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about the good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
And
Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down.
nice tenors.
Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray.
Good. The word pray, down in the river to pray. It's the diphthong. So really, as we release it, down in the river to pray. Click it. And keep going as we go back now.
It's a diphthong. It's the diphthong. You dipsticks.
As I went down, moving on, two. And basses. Just more. One. I just want to two and go.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
One.
Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray.
Can we do that one again where the first who's up there seen the apple part? Just two, three, four.
Three.
Okay. Let's see four. Can you sing it just slightly, just light, like a little angel up there? As I went right up in the head, two, everybody, and here we go now.
Hey, good. How are you?
So good to see you.
Hey, it's Emma. Awesome. So good to see you.
Are you vlogging again?
Let's check this out. All right, so vlogging point of interest. Did you notice how the sopranos were all pitchy over there? It's because the one locks onto the note, and when everyone else starts different, she won't adjust down. She'll hold it. So it's kind of weird, but also kind of cool.
Very cool.